truth of the matter. We don't have much time, so let's get to it straight away. So in the election of 24, there are 4 Republican candidates, all vying for the office. First and foremost, myself. I feel that I am the only true people's choice for the presidency. I feel that this is the case because in the election, I was given the most popular votes. I had the most electoral votes. Other than the Almighty himself, I serve to do nothing but serve the people of this great land. For any choice in this 4, I feel there would be no better choice than myself. Secondly, we have the radical William Crawford, who in the summer of 23 suffered a paralytic stroke, giving him complete blindness in one eye, mostly blind in the other, speech impairments obvious. He complained of his feet being cold and numb, giving him an obvious walking impairment. To this end, I leave you no other conclusion, but he would not physically be able to serve as president, and this was obvious. But his champion and puppet master, Mr. Martin Van Buren, senator from New York, knowing this, held him from the public eye and pushed forward the campaign anyways, knowing, had he been elected, would not have been able to physically serve to the end of Mr. Van Buren's opportunistic ways. Thirdly, we have John Quincy Adams, Secretary of State under President Monroe. Bred in federalism as his father, President Adams, had been prior to that. Now, Secretary of State Adams only lately has trimmed his sails to be of the old Republican Party, opportunistically, of course. He hails from New England, bringing with him their loyalty and their aristocracy. Last and certainly least would be the perfidious scoundrel Henry Clay, who tightens his control detestably and only worsened by his loosened morals. I tell you, friends, if his morals were any looser, he would fall to pieces right in front of your eyes. Mr. Clay, being the Speaker of the House, desperately wants to have this vote go into the House of Representatives, to be in the top 3, where he knows assuredly that he could scheme to make it happen and be in that top 3, where he would be elected shortly by his closest friends in the House. Now, with this vote going into the House of Representatives and going into the people, the genius of our American system is that men fit for the office do not campaign out in the open for the public to see. That is held by our local managers and newspapers alike to campaign for us. There is no room for self-serving demagogues. Now, in this moment, moving up to the people's election, I was gaining momentum in support, as to the dismay and detriment of my Western rival, Clay. And as the momentum swings in my favor, I have to watch as Mr. Clay schemes for himself. Now, with 4 Republican candidates moving into this election, it is going to be very, very difficult for any one candidate to get enough outright electoral votes to go directly into the presidency. Many believe that this would be a race that would be contended, as the 12th Amendment shows, to be in the House of Representatives chosen by them. None other than Henry Clay wanting that more than anything else, where he knows his friends will choose him for president. Now, he was banking on that fact. Now we get into the House of Representatives, and the vote is moving to the House. Per the Constitution, every state will get 1 vote, and a candidate will have to win 13 of the 24 states in order to become President of the United States of America. Now, I was very, very shocked, as I'm sure you were as well, when I was very shocked, as I'm sure you were as well, when the House of Representatives chose Mr. Adams for the presidency. Lo and behold, the path to that office was laid by 4 states: Louisiana, Illinois, North Carolina, and Kentucky, all of which had supported me in the Electoral College. The dagger that tears my heart is Kentucky, from my western region. In the Electoral College, not a single vote was given to Mr. Adams, of which supported myself and Mr. Clay. Mr. Clay is no longer in the equation in the House of Representatives. The state legislature implores their delegates in the House to throw their support towards me. And when the House votes, Kentucky turns her back. Ultimately, who holds that dagger that is thrust into my bullet-laden chest? I ask you. Now, no midnight taper was burned by me. No secret conclaves or cables entered into to persuade any to violation of their pledges given or instructions received. Clay chooses Adams to be president. Adams chooses Clay for Secretary of State. Is there any such proof as Holy Writ, an understanding of the coalition and corruption between them? So you see, the Judas of the West has made his contract, and he will receive his 30 pieces of silver. His end will be the same. Was there ever witnessed a bare-faced corruption in any country before? Now, friends, we have to return to the genius of America. We have to trust the people, and we have to allow them to choose their leader. This is the key. We must be ever vigilant for underhanded schemers in their attempt to rob and cheat the American public from their constitutional choice. Let them have their Clay president and his vision. America has not yet closed the book on Old Hickory. Now we will entertain some questions for